In today's video, we are going to explore how to put a filter sweep like this
I've gone wrong.
into your own song so that you can have really dramatic transitions and explosive choruses or whatever you need to do. It's really easy, so let's get into it. Hello and welcome. My name is Malcolm Owen-Flood. I teach audio things here on YouTube. So if you're new, please do subscribe. We'd love to have you around. And like I said, I'm going to show you how I made that filter suite happen in this song because it didn't exist in the recorded tracks. It's something we inserted, and we did it all with this single instance of EQ with FabFilter's Pro Q3 in this case. So I'll just bypass it and you can hear that part without that happening. I'll actually have to make it inactive because it'll enable itself otherwise, and you'll see why soon.
I've gone wrong.
Right, it's totally fine, totally cool, but this is cooler.
I've gone wrong.
I love that. It just makes it so explosive when all of a sudden there's like a full frequency range again. So on the top surface level, what we're doing, looking at the plugin here, is we are filtering out the low end and we are filtering out the high end, and we might be doing something with the mid-range, sometimes a boost for more of like a telephone kind of effect. And then we are automating it to remove or add those frequencies back in. So we're automating it to take them out and then back in. That is the sweep. The sweep could be them disappearing, or the sweep could be them coming back, or it could be both, a kind of move. That probably sounded hilarious. How do we actually do it? Inside of Pro Tools, and it's going to be very similar no matter what DAW you're in, so don't worry about that. But inside of Pro Tools, there is a little box up here under where it says Auto for automation. We can click that and you can see all of these different parameters. And I'm actually going to show you just in a fresh plugin because it'll look a little bit different than that one. So I'll just pull up the same plugin, click that auto button, and there's all of these parameters on the left here. These are parameters that can be automated, but until you select them, they won't be automated. So for example, master bypass, if I add that, now we can actually automate the bypass of the plugin to come in and out at certain times in the song. And we could do the same for, this frequency band if we wanted, or this one, whatever you wanted. We can make it so that it changes frequency, gets wider or narrower, quieter, or louder. Like really, you can customize it any way. If there's a parameter in the plugin, you can make it move in real time throughout the song as much as you want, with as much time as you're willing to put into it, really. So jumping back to the plugin we're actually using for this song, right down here, this bottom one, this is where we landed. And you'll see that as I move through this part of the song where this transition happens, those shapes change, right? It is like moving in real time. Actually, just watch the graphic as I play it. And if I jump earlier into an earlier part of the song, you can see that the plugin's actually just bypassed. So it's not till later in the song that it actually unbypasses the plugin and you can actually hear these changes we've made. So the first thing I do is we click that box that I showed you earlier. And again, I'm going to have to go to another one that's not already done to show you. Click that. And then I add all of them. Now, a quicker way of doing that is just hold Control Option Command and click that little box. It just does it right away. Now they're all in there. So that's a really quick way. You can just do that for any plugin. Say I wanted to do it with this SoundToys Radiator plugin. I hold Control Option Command, click that. Now every parameter in that plugin is available for automation. So then if I wanted to actually do something with that, I could click on this little volume tab here, and then this shows our available plugins for automation. I can go to the radiator there, and there's all those options. So I could make it so, let's say the treble gets brighter at this part. So I just yank that up, and now if we actually look at the plugin, watch this little treble knob. I click over here, it's lower, but where I just modified, it's now higher. And if I play that part of the song, now there's a big treble boost right at that moment. So let's just clear that out, jump back into Pro Q3. We've done that to all of them. I'll make the old one inactive and get rid of this boost right here. But essentially everything is automatable at this moment. So what I like to do is just rough it in, make a kind of outline of the shape that I'm going to want. So like I said, we're filtering the low end, the top end, and maybe have a mid boost as well, something like this. And let's just hear what that sounds like on that drum fill. So something like that. And now the first thing I would do is automate in where this turns on, the plugin. So let's bypass it. And here's where things get crazy and actually quite fun. You get to start to kind of play your plugin as an instrument. So you don't actually have to write this in with a pen tool. You can actually just do it by grabbing the knobs of the plugin and manipulating the plugin using its interface, which I find quite enjoyable. So you want to go where it says read on the track that you're modifying. So in this case, read means that it is going to read any automation that has been written. At this point, that's only that original plugin, but I've made that inactive, so there's nothing happening. Now we want to go to touch. So you'll notice that touch is now red, and that means that if I change something, it's going to write automation. It's kind of recording. Like, think of red as recording audio, you know, like when you arm a track, it blinks red. It's the same with automation. All of the parameters of this plugin are now record enabled. So if we're playing the song and I tweak them, it will record that move and then remember it and play it back to us that way. So if I go back to the start of this part here that I want to do this to, and then I'll click play, I'm going to have to click bypass to turn on the plugin at the right moment. So I was a little late there, but that's okay. We can tweak it. And you'll see why this is fun in a second. We haven't quite got there. So I go to bypass. And, you know, this might be a bad example. Maybe this would have been quicker to do with a mouse. There we go. Then we can just extend this to go right up until the chorus. There we go. So that automation is now written. In this part of the song, the plugin is enabled. But now we want to actually do the sweep. Now this is where it's fun. So now I'm going to click play and I'm going to do one pass adjusting the low filter, one adjusting the high filter, and you'll see how this works. Great, so now it's going to remember that low end move and you'll actually see it playing back as I do the next move, which is going to be the top end. There we go, we got it. Now if we wanted to be more creative, we can move this around as we go, so click play. Right, so we got some cool space sounds there as well. Like it's wild, and it will remember all of those. Let's make this a little smaller so you can see the automation at the same time and actually view our automation. So probably the sweep getting lower, sweep getting higher, and our mid-range sweep here. And you can see the plugin respond as it moves through these automations. And of course, this top one here right there is our automation of the master bypass for the plugin. So check it out. So this is the low pass there, or high pass there. Like, how cool is that? We've just transformed that part of the song. You get really quick at it, honestly, like, you know, teaching it. It's a little bit slower, but you just launch a plugin, hold Control Option Command, click that automation button, make sure you're in read mode, click play. So if I wanted this last chorus to have a little high end boost, I could just wait until that moment. And now it's going to write this as soon as I move it. Right. Overly dramatic, huge top end boost there, but you get the kind of concept, I think, where you can play your plugins like instruments almost and really manipulate the mix. It's very tactile, it's quite enjoyable, and in this case, you know, doing a dramatic filter sweep effect like this, it really transforms the song. It's like a lot of production value. So I'm really happy with it. I really enjoy when like the song presents opportunities for stuff like this. So I think it's kind of worth having in your bag of tricks. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I'd be happy to try and help and walk you through it a little bit. Thanks for watching. And there's another video coming up for you right here and here. And there is a free mixing workshop in the description of this video as well called Steno Mixes. So check that out as well. See you in the next one. Bye.